I thought both games were really closely contested. Um, the big thing to take out of it for our group is a lesson on how St. Cloud managed the game. The second period in both nights I felt was the difference. Um, Line changes, puck placement, different things like that became really important. And they're a top 10 team in the country for a reason, and at that level, those things in close games matter so much. And something we talk to our guys about as our next step is identifying where we can grow there and making the corrections.
Well, let's contextualize the month of October, if we could. I mean, you got a goaltender of the month. You guys are one of the top scoring defenses in this conference. Defensively, where does that start, and where do you sort of see these guys for these first 6 games?
Well, it's a mentality, really. I think with our guys, and that's just the selfless, committed to defending together as a unit of 5 plus a goaltender. There's a lot of elements we're really pleased with during our start. Now we're entering league play. Stakes go up. It's going to be fun to get into the league play and see where our guys are at. St. Thomas picked to finish first in our league. Last time we saw them, they were pretty banged up. They're going to be healthy and they're going to be ready for us.
Yeah, what have you seen from St. Thomas? They obviously had a rough weekend last weekend against Minnesota. We know how offensively minded Minnesota can be when they are, and I know a major penalty got in the way of one of those games. What have you seen just from the Tommies, though? They're picked to finish first in this conference, and maybe quite haven't been there, and they're going to be pretty hungry.
Yeah, I think the hungry is what you see in their game. They're quick to close time and space. They pressure pucks all over their rink. They have 2 outstanding goaltenders. You notice their captain all the time, just his energy, his compete. They have good size. You have to take the score out of last weekend. That's not indicative of the series. They're a darn good team, and they're going to make it really difficult for us to create anything or find time and space. Our guys are going to have to accept how hard it is if they want to have any success.
Owen Bond, 3 goals this past weekend, and he's got 5 on the season now. Him in October, what have you seen from him in terms of just how he's kind of gotten a good start to the season?
He did. He's had a great start to the season. I think this weekend with the 3-goal performance at St. Cloud State, I thought that was exciting for us because he had been scoring, but it was flashes of lightning. He had a better game, possessing pucks. We felt like his legs were underneath him. He had more sustained offense. His game was just overall better on the weekend, and he's a talented player. He's one guy we're going to need to rely on for offense.
One more thing to contextualize October. It was a month you guys were really solid in last year and kind of carried over and did it again this year. But I'm curious, you've mentioned it many times, just the parity in college hockey, and we're seeing it a lot with a school like Omaha who will go an opening weekend and beat UMass in Minnesota and then lose to 2 CCHAs. What can you sort of take away from the parity in college hockey, and what do you feel like has led to it?
You have to be ready. There's players. The transfer portal's allowed some teams to get older. It's offered new opportunity for others. I think that's added to it. There's some younger programs. Long Island, for example, goes into Notre Dame and knocks them off on a Saturday. There's every night, regardless of who you're playing, it's just so close. And you're seeing those teams in the early going that have elite level talent or have been through regional tournaments, success over the years, that's been handed down. Competing in close games, understanding how you approach every week. I think that's what's starting to help some of those teams, fall in that top 10 to 15. And then there's a huge chunk underneath that are knocking on the door, and we're in that secondary pack and trying to find our way forward. I think one of your challenges now at this time of year is who can be the most improved team up until Christmas, and then who can be the most improved team after Christmas, because there's going to be risers and fallers at any point in time.
league play. You're getting into it. I know you've talked to these guys about it. These games mean a lot for you guys just in terms of weight. Does the mentality change at all, or how do you guys approach going into a league play, and how do you feel like your non-conference sort of set you up for this?
I think we've learned a lot in a short amount of time. There's some elements in our game that we like. We want to carry that into the future. There's some corrections that we've made or are making. You're becoming more organized. There's some chemistry that's starting to build within your group. You're seeing some special teams get more reps. Those are things that hopefully can put you in a better place entering league play. But this league's so darn tough. I mean, you go back to Mankato winning the league 6 straight years in a row under Mike Hastings, and their record in the league, it was challenging for them. And those were teams that went on to Frozen Fours in the national championship game. The CCHA is a darn good league. It's super deep, and it's a night-to-night dogfight.
You know, you guys are competitive against St. Cloud State, Omaha.
Yeah.
How do you like where your team's at right now?
We like where our group's at right now. We feel like it's in a solid place. There's guys are starting to develop a confidence that they should take in a belief from playing some of the bigger teams in the country as far as where they ranked nationally. There's some things that our guys should be excited about and carrying with them into the future.
Getting any tired from the road yet?
No. I mean, these aren't difficult trips. You have to think of how we traveled last year. We haven't been to the UP. You know, heading up to St. Cloud, it's a short bus ride for us. These guys are coming from junior hockey, where they spend a lot longer on the bus, and hopefully you can lean on a season of training, the facilities we have here to rest and recover, and our guys, I feel like, are in a good place, still in the early going, but heading into the league, first league series.
Can you comment on Josh being goalie of the month? Can you talk about just his progression and what you've seen from him?
Yes, happy for Josh, happy for our guys. Christian Mann's Rookie of the Week for goaltenders in our league. So he stepped in on Saturday and did well. So both guys have pushed each other. Caden Hargrave's in that goalie room too, pushing that group. But I told our guys, I said, it's nice to get recognized with Goalie of the Month honor, but usually you have to have a goalie that's working a little too hard. So that's our next evolution, is to maybe not have him so busy, but excited for him this month.
You guys doing anything for Halloween, dressing up, or business as usual?
That's in the room. So nothing I've heard of. Hopefully it's one of those amateur nights in my mind, so hopefully they focus on St. Thomas.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.